Okay, here we are, guys. We are back at it again for bracket number 6, Steve.
Well, bracket number 3, but
Yeah,
battle number 6.
battle number 6.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, our battle sponsor, he's
Yeah.
here. They're here. The Snake River guys, Steve
Yeah.
Carroll and Jeff Little,
Hey
with
guys.
the trailer at the bottom right corner. You can see it there. That's one of them anyway. They got a lot of trailers, and they're nice, really nice. And you could custom make them too, can't you, Steve? Can you hear me? Oh, I think he froze.
Yeah,
Steve looks frozen.
he does, which is
You make
unusual
custom.
because he's always in motion. There he
There we
is.
go. There he is. So you were just talking about you. We froze you up, though. It looks like.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do want to congratulate Jeff Burlingame from last week
Yep.
on his win, and then I do want to say that the battle sponsor winner was Dee Kaminsky, right?
Yep.
She's a legend.
She actually has done work for us at Kayak Angler before, fishing for
Yep.
browns in Florida.
Yeah.
And she has her own guiding company down there.
Yep, we had her on the kayak fishing story along with Jeff Little. They both have
Nice.
segments.
Wow, look at that.
They're both legends. And then, oh, by the way, I found my hat. I found my Uncle John's hard cider hat. It was under another hat. So Uncle John or Mike, I think it's Mike, right?
Mike Beck, yep. He's probably
Yeah.
on here listening.
Yeah.
He just texted me like 10 minutes ago, so I'm sure.
And then I was in a tournament last Saturday, got second, but I got called for high netting with that hockey net. So it got me
Oh,
second
yeah?
place.
Top right corner.
Yeah, I had to go in the penalty box for a while for high netting.
How did you like that broken twig net?
Oh my gosh, it's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh?
It's I caught 47 bass with it today.
Nice. With just your net.
With just my net, yeah. No, you heard about the net story last week though, where I caught a little bass about yay big, and when I went to bring it up, it got heavy. A 4.5 pound bass had gone in with the other bass, and I broke my net. And then I get a new net on Friday, hockey net. So broken twig nets, we thank you for that, man.
LeMeasure makes some good stuff.
Yep, totally.
That's pretty awesome. So anyway, we got the Snake River Trailer guys. Tell us about them, there, Steve.
Yeah. So here at Snake River Lockers, also known as Snake River Manufacturing, we started out by building rod lockers. And we needed a trailer to put them on. So we studied the market and, found that in our region, there just really wasn't any good trailer solutions out there. So what we did is we went ahead and designed the very first one. And it was a fun story because we didn't sell our very first trailer. We actually gave it away on the KFNW trail with Marvin Forte. And we said a prayer to God that, hey, if this is really what you want us to do with our lives, give us a sign. Well, we did the drawing, we gave it away, and Mario Romero won it, and he was over the moon. Yeah. And then minutes after Mario won it, Ivan Cruz came up and he shook hands and said he's going to buy the first one. So if we can sell one, we can sell 1,000 of these. So we designed these trailers around the boats that we believe our customers are going to have, your Hobies, your Titans, some of the bigger Jacksons. And, we look at specifically how the trailer is going to be used, how the angler uses it for launching and loading, and also how to maximize their time on the water by ensuring an efficient and effective launch and load sequence. So, we look at a truck bed launch could be anywhere from 40 to 45 minutes to get launched and rigged and out on the water. And we've got guys like Brandon Hua who has got their system dialed in so much that they can now launch and load 8 minutes per cycle. So, you take 45 minutes times 2, that's an hour and a half. You got, compared to 8 minutes and 8 minutes, now you have that time back in your pocket. So you can fish shallow in the morning in a tournament and then just bomb over to another part of the lake And
Steve, let's just, while you're talking about Brandon, let's throw a shout out because he just, I heard, won the California AO.
he won the Kayak Fishing Northwest Angler of the Year, and I
Yeah.
think he took second at Potholes. And he
Yeah.
was fishing some deep water out in
And
the
he
woods.
just won a new Bonafide kayak as well with that, right?
I think it was
Yeah,
an
I think-
RS 117 is
Yeah,
what it looks like in
117.
the picture.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
heck
Well,
yeah.
congrats to Brandon.
Oh,
That's
he's
awesome.
a
I
solid.
do want to say real quick here. So the people that are watching, yes, we do have our YakOff contestants here. They're waiting in the green room, and that's Justin, Floyd, and Matt Charette. But we're going to get our battle sponsor. We're going to get these guys to be able to show what they've got because somebody's going to win what, Steve?
Somebody is going to win a $500 gift card towards kayak trailer or kayak trailer accessories.
Wow.
And that could be, a couple of rock and roller kits, which are a great addition to any kayak trailer. With that rock and roller kit, man, it just adds so much more functionality to the launching and loading because it just you can take a fully loaded PA-14 and pull it off the trailer with one finger. And there is a huge advantage to that.
So, Steve, I think I brought this up to you, but maybe not. But someone might win this that's not in the market for a trailer or accessories or whatever. But then they can give it to a friend or a buddy that can take advantage of that too, right?
Absolutely.
I would suggest they look at our DIY stuff before they do that because we're one of the things that we're doing is we're all of the components that we use to make a trailer. We're slowly building up our website. So if you have a DIY project, even if you have someone else's trailer or you're trying to build something for your truck bed or you have an old utility trailer, old jet ski trailer. We recently we made two-piece bunks for Yara down in Texas. We made her two-piece bunk setup. We used her jet ski trailer. I went down to get the jet ski trailer, brought it up to Caldwell, Idaho, and we made two-piece bunks, which makes them shippable so that then you can put the rock and rollers on whatever it is you want to do. So the DIY community is one that we're definitely moving forward going to be
so lots of options to do with what you can do with a $500 gift card.
For sure.
Absolutely.
100%. That's awesome. And thanks, Steve, for doing that, for sure.
Not a problem. Appreciate you guys.
We got some guys already getting on. Steven Sturgeon and Stinky River Tom. You guys know him?
What was the sturgeon guy's name?
Steven Sturgeon. He won a de-hooker tool last weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's back again. Steve's on here every week. He's here all the time.
Nice.
Well, Marty, before we make these guys bored, we'll talk about Snake River a lot during this podcast, but let's bring these guys in so they're not sitting in the green room and you forget them like last week.
Sorry, Justin and Matt. We'll get you on here. There we go.
I'm just having a great time watching y'all. I'll stay in the green room all day.
Justin's just sitting down there with his new headset that he's playing video games
Got
with.
a headset, got some gaming glasses so I can stare at the computer screen.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You look professional there, Justin.
I might just start doing podcasts full time. Maybe I'll invite y'all next week.
Yeah, I'm not going to recommend that because it is so hard. It's fun, but it's hard. I will tell you. I mean, maybe for you it'd be easy. For me, old guy, it's hard.
I'll tell you where it sucks is when you're in Canada and you have like a full-on propane full-on propane thing going above you because you're outside in your kayak shed.
Oh, here you go, guys. Next week, Stephen, I will be in Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, so I might have to find a Dairy Queen there to get the show going. So
Marty does like his dilly bars, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Working
so
on
first of all, everybody here I'm sure knows each other.
Yep. I didn't know Justin before I looked at his video. I knew Matt.
No comment.
Steve, I'm kind of amazed you didn't know. Do you ever look at Instagram or
no
any social media?
I have Instagram.
all
I'm on Facebook.
rocking it.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn too as well. So I'm trying to hit all the angles.
Okay.
That
No,
comment floored me.
I've probably seen you, Justin. I just didn't put two and two together.
And Marty, I got to say this: like Justin is a very big dog fan, and
Yeah.
he's sponsored by what? Justin, what's the dog? The company, the food company?
So Victor Dog Food, and actually it's funny.
Victor
I was
Dog Food.
originally sponsored by Garmin through their dog line, so their GPS collars, and then I kind of transitioned to the fish finders and then the motor. So I
Cool.
have to give thanks to my dogs for sure.
Well, and Marty runs a big tournament called the Doggy Paddle.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
dogs
Yeah, it's
in
fun.
Nebraska.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
We have to hook up. I'm have to hook up with you and some stuff there.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Hearts United for animals?
I have not, no, sir.
It's a national deal for dogs and cats. We have one here in Auburn, over 200 dogs there, and we just have this tournament to support them. So it's a paddle only tournament, no sonar, and we give away a kayak. Speaking of which, there's some kayak guys in here tonight. We give away a kayak, and but the way they get their kayak is we throw bobbers out in the lake, and they gotta bring one in with the number on it, and then we pull the bobber out of a box, and whoever's number we pull out, they win the kayak. And then
Oh,
for
that's
the
awesome.
paddle, that we have a dog that retrieves, and they decorate these sticks, and whoever stick he brings back, they get the paddle.
Well, that's fantastic. I've got one dog that she loves water, so
Yeah.
she would be all into that for
Isn't
sure.
that something? And
That's cool.
then
That's cool.
the entry fee is a bag of dog or cat food for the Hearts United. But what they do with it is they give it to the people when they come in to adopt a dog. They give it to them to take home with them.
That's
So
awesome.
it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool event there. And
Well, I know Matt, he fishes with his dog too. I saw through his Instagram recently. He's got his dog out there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still training. I just got him this year, so we're still trying to figure things out. But he's small enough to
Matt's
fit on the
dog,
boat.
Matt,
while
your
I
dog
fish.
has its own Instagram, right?
He does, yeah.
wow, that's pretty cool. All right. So anyway, you guys are matched. Your videos are really good, and you guys have done some things
Awesome.
to your kayaks. By the way, Keith, Justin has our second Garmin motor, and Matt has our second Bixby motor that we've seen so far.
Now,
That
who's
is
the
true.
first Garmin motor? I must have missed that.
It was
So
not Jeff,
Paul, or no,
Paul Glass.
no,
Paul Glass.
Paul Glass had it
Paul Glass has it.
on his. No, Jeff Burlingame had it on his.
No, Paul Glass had it.
Two sides of the same coin, guys.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, they're on the same coin.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Oh
and
yeah,
I mean that in
you're
a
right.
good way. I mean
Yeah,
that in a
you're
good
right.
way. Matt, Trevor has the other big.
Yep.
And it's funny how we were all, I mean, how we all know each other from the Canada trip, British Columbia trip. Amazing. And Justin, you would have had, oh my God, all you guys would have been, it is nuts.
It was cool.
Who goes out in the ocean in a kayak in 10-foot swells with things that can eat you? You know?
Now, I've actually been gator hunting out of my kayak, so I know how that goes.
I would say this also
Yeah,
for Justin. You fished off Panama and all that stuff, and there's
Yeah, so we
big-ass
did off
sharks
Panama.
down there.
That was pretty sketchy. That was an incredible trip. We also did Costa Rica as well.
Yeah.
I'd say
Wow.
Panama was pretty gnarly. We stayed at a beach just south of the Darien Jungle. So the most dangerous jungle in the whole entire world. We stayed 5 days on the beach. Probably maybe 10 to 15 people have ever stepped foot on. And then we went out and fished every single day, and it was incredible.
In your Bonafide kayaks.
In our Bonafide kayaks, we had PWRs, and at the time we were using Torqeedos. We had a portable charger that every day we go back on the beach and charge up the batteries and go out the next morning.
Cool. Wow.
Sweet.
Pretty neat.
Catching rooster fish, 20 foot off the beach. It was unbelievable.
Roosterfish and cuberas and like everything, eh? Like
Cuberas, bluefin trevallies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember.
Did-
Matt Vibe did this similar thing because they brought down a whole bunch of McCanna's, I think, down to the U.S. team a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
we had them shipped from one of our dealers in Costa Rica.
And that, I want to tell people that too, Matt, is that McCanna, that's what we used up in British Columbia.
Yep.
And we
Yep,
were in the
same
ocean.
boat.
Yeah, we were in the ocean in those kayaks, and they held up great. You
Yeah,
know?
it's kind of a do it all little boat, right? It's only 10
Mhm.
foot, 34 inches wide at its widest, but it handles it.
And you can put them in. You can about put them in your car.
Well, just about, yeah. If you got
Yeah,
a Suburban, you can slide it right in there.
yeah. And then the PWR though, you're gonna need one of those Snake River trailers all bit for that, aren't you?
That's right. Now, I was about to say I could probably fit my XTR 130 on the top of my truck if I wanted to.
Yeah, you could.
But I don't think I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get. I do want to give a shout out to Malone as well though too, because for the little cart thing they have for their. You guys build carts too there, Steve? Like
Not yet, not yet. No, we're focusing right now heavily on the DIY market so that we can,
Okay.
if you can't buy one of our trailers, you can at least buy our accessories and build and grow as you go. And those parts are all interchangeable with
Okay.
our normal trailers.
So if you already have a trailer of a different brand, but I welded some rails on it, your rollers won't work on that, will they?
They will.
They will.
So, ideally, what we're going to be looking for is something that has a spread around, 55 inches between the bunk stagers. And we sell the bunk stager plate, and it has the holes already cut into it for the rock and rollers. So if you're working on a DIY project, buy the bunk stager plates from us, and they have multiple mounting configurations, and they will accept 1.5 Schedule 40 pipe as well as 2-inch EMT conduit. Always advise people to use the 1.5 Schedule 40 pipe. It's actually 1.9 OD, so roughly 2 inches, and it holds up extremely well. It's a very thick material. Won't have any issues with it.
I might email you that stuff because there's other guys too where I made a permanent rail on my trailer. It's an older trailer, and it's one of the older Tennessee trailers. And anyway, but I wanted to give a shout out to Malone for that cart, Keith, because that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and and even though like Steve and Jeff are here for Snake River,
Yeah, yeah,
it's very
yeah,
cool and awesome, and thank you guys for supporting. But
yeah.
this whole competition is not about one brand or another
Right,
brand. It's just
right.
bringing attention to all the brands, so we can let people make their own decisions on what is best for them.
Yeah, and like Justin and Matt tonight, they both have different ways that they fish and what they do with their kayaks, just like we've had in the
Well,
past.
and we also have Matt who designs Vibe kayaks, and
Yes,
Justin who designs Bonafide kayaks.
that's
Pretty
wild.
much.
That is so cool.
So,
And
It's
then we
almost
got
like you did that on purpose.
and then we've got Jeff over here in that
Jeff.
corner. No, that corner. I can't.
Did
I
y'all do
can't
this
point
on
to
purpose? I
that
just
corner.
asked.
That
Yeah,
corner.
it just happened that way. And Jeff
That corner.
designs. Jeff designs.
Jeff has
I
designed
watch.
everything in the industry.
Yes, I watch Jeff's videos for lure tweaks. That's what I watch it
Yeah.
Yeah, the tackle crafting
Yeah.
content is doing well,
for. Yeah,
for sure.
it's like
People enjoy that
Nico.
kind of process videos.
It's
What do you
all-
got there? You gluing eyeballs on something?
No, I put I make my own. I make my own.
Marty used to be a superintendent, so he has a big deal on goggle eyes that he can glue on.
That's my Nico head.
Nice.
And then the Snyder sleeve. What's that guy's name? Russ Snyder.
Yep.
Look how old that thing. It's all beat up and everything.
Yep. The
Anyway,
old duct tape trick or the electrical tape trick.
Actually this stuff works on Elastec,
Yeah. Nice.
so we use it. I caught 47 bass on one today, on one of those.
Very cool.
So anyway, back to you guys on the kayaks. We got to hear more. So let's do this, Justin. What is your videos out there? We're going to show a couple clips in a little bit of both of yours. But what do you think is most unique about your kayak compared to anyone else's in the competition? And there was one little thing that I noticed. I'm going to see if you say.
Oh goodness gracious! Well, it can't be the Garmin Force Current because I'm no longer the only person in the industry that's got it. So
Right.
Um,
And there's actually 3 in the competition now, actually.
I just want to put that out there. I was the first one. But I've had a lot of DIY kayaks over the year. I've been kayak fishing for 15 years, and this has got to be, I think, one of the cleanest rigs that I've ever rigged. And this is the only kayak that I've put together, got on the water, and thought to myself, there's nothing else that I would rather do. So even though I've got 2 graphs, I've got live scope, power pole, a motor, I never once feel like it's just too cluttered. I've still got plenty of space, and everything is just nice and clean, and I don't have to do anything else.
And Justin, you got to also give a shout out to your kick-ass Naqua system on there.
That's right. I feel like I've got the only custom. I think it's a 32-inch light bar on the front on the
that's pretty cool looking.
on the captain's
awesome.
bridge. I'm still waiting for them to actually put a product on their page so I can direct people to that. But actually, they came to me before ICAST and said they were, coming up with this track mounted light bar, and they wanted to custom make one. So hopefully they do well with that, because that has been an incredible product.
It's pretty bright too,
yeah. It's super bright. Yeah.
Now that is one thing that is different than anybody else, right?
Mhm.
Well, my favorite thing about your video, Justin, is like you're talking about everything and all these crazy things on your boat, and then you're like talking about your transom lights, and you're like, they do nothing, but they're cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I have yet to be on the water when it's dark. Okay, so I've yet to use them yet, but they do make for a pretty cool video. I guess the 2 lights, I call them the underglow lights next to the Garmin Force Current. I actually installed those for iCast so you could see them on the showroom floor. So I would turn those lights on, and it would highlight the motor. And that's literally the only reason why I put them there. But they actually look super sick on the water.
If you decide to night fish, they'll come in handy.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll draw bait in there, and you'll have a heyday.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're pretty close to the water line too, but they're waterproof sealed. Haven't had any issues with them. And those are actually rock lights that I found off of Amazon. So if you have a truck or something that you put lights by the wheel well.
Look at Marty's writing stuff down right now.
I'll send you links after this. Actually, I have to give shout out to Romel, who also competed in the YakOffs. He showed me that. So that's an Amazon find right there.
Romel's build was pretty insane.
That was wild.
That was nuts.
Did he show you
the one thing I know?
The Siri on and off thing that he had? He said, hey Siri. Yeah.
That's nuts. I showed that to some of the kids at school when I was subbing. They couldn't believe it. So one other thing though you had, Justin, it was a cell phone deal where if you don't have cell phone service, tell us about that.
Yeah, so that's also through Garmin. That is the InReach Mini, and I actually got put onto that probably 4 or so years ago. We did a trip on the Buffalo River where we had no cell phone service, and actually our photographer showed it to me. He goes, yeah, I basically pay a monthly fee and I get unlimited text via satellite through this InReach Mini. So if we ever need an SOS or anything, we can shoot that out there. So I ended up buying it before our Panama trip. So while we were there in Panama, I could actually pin locations via the InReach Mini of places that I caught fish, and then every morning I could also send a text update to my family. I let everybody at the camp use it. And what's cool about Garmin is their connectivity to all of their electronics. So that InReach also connects to the graphs. Wow. So if I wanted to shoot out a text on the graph, I could, or I could also send a text on my phone via satellite.
Cool.
Wow.
So just an extra layer of safety.
Yeah. That's pretty neat. Okay, and then Matt, what's most unique about your kayak from anybody else?
I would say I've got the lightest boat in the competition by far.
For sure.
I'm under 100 pounds fully rigged.
Wow.
So there's that. So it's the portability. The way I can kind of make it anything I want every time I go out is kind of my whole thing. I've got all my wiring set up so that I can unplug everything and move everything around according to what kind of water I'm fishing. And then the most janky thing on it's probably my prototype gear tracks that are on my seat because they're prototypes and that's just how that kind of works.
Right.
But like Justin said, this is the first boat I've had in a long, long time where I got out on the water and it was just like, oh yeah, this is finally a complete boat because it's not all 100% prototype or janky parts that were 3D printed because
Mm.
that's just what we have to do in the industry to kind of
Figure
make
it
a boat
out.
work.
Do you design the prototype parts besides the kayaks too, Matt?
Yeah, so I'm in charge of doing most of the kayak design at Vibe, almost all of it at Vibe, and most of it at Kayak Distribution. And then we work, Hastings, my teammate and I work in unison on accessories and paddles and stuff like that.
So hold up there, Matt, because most of these guys, I mean, I know because I work with kayak distribution, but explain kayak distribution because that's a massive company that's more than just kayak fishing.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys are going to know Big Adventure. So that's our Big Adventure. It's a Canadian company owned by two individuals, and they purchased Vibe a couple of years ago now, and so it's Vibe, Riot Kayaks, Boreal, which is a touring kayak company.
Boreal
And then we own a
Designs,
couple of smaller brands. We also picked up the current design rotomolds.
Hmm.
Cobra.
Nice.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a bunch, and then Beluga accessories.
Huh. Jeff, did you ever have a Cobra?
I didn't. No.
I did. I did. I had one. It cracked.
Yeah.
I didn't design it.
Okay. It was an older one. It was one of the real old ones.
Nice plug, Marty.
I'm just saying what happened, man. It cracked on me. It rocked. But that was an old one. That was a long time ago. Over 20 years ago.
Yeah, late 90s. In
Yeah.
1998, I started an Old Town Loon 138 and then went with a Perception Creek boat, the Access, and then one of the sales reps for Wildy got a hold of me, and it was all Wildy for a long time.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I was in the old town Otter in 1997,
yeah.
98, and then went to the Wilderness 135 and Perception Caster, and then a Malibu, had a big old Malibu, and then that's when Tom Strauss got a hold of me and says, "Hey, I'm going to send you those. What do you call those? Not the Lifetime. What's the old one? Stealth. The Emotion.
So I mentioned Wildy, and I want Justin's ears to perk up because, like, he should at least tell his
Hey,
backstory leading into
Jeff,
that.
sorry, 1 sec. I'm outside in my back shed. I left my computer plug and I'm about to die, so I got to run in and grab my plug. Be right back. You guys keep going.
Go ahead. Go ahead with that, Jeff.
No, I just, I queued up Justin to talk Wildy, then Bonafide, and kind of that backstory, the history of all of it.
You want me to go into super detail, Jeff, or just kind of like the?
I'm just setting it up for you. Just you do what you want with it.
Real briefly, the whole reason why I got into the kayak industry, went to Furman University here in Greenville, South Carolina, and I had no idea that the largest kayak manufacturer in the world was also in Greenville. So
Really? Who
I
was
started
it?
working
Who was it?
Confluence Outdoor. So
Confluence. Okay, Confluence.
manufacturers of
Who had
wilderness
really? Yeah.
and Perception. So I actually started working there 3 months out of graduating from college. And my very first job was kayak wrapper.
Wow.
If I wasn't rapping about how cool kayaks were, I was actually putting them in poly bags and then
Yeah.
stuffing them into inventory. So I did that for probably 2 years before joining the team at Bonafide. So very, very interesting start to this whole kayak journey, but
Wow.
I got to learn the business ins and outs from, a young age, and very fortunate for those early Confluence days. But yeah, Wilderness Systems. That was my first boat, Jeff. What was it? The Attack 140. There you go.
Wow.
I'm still running that boat.
Really?
It's a great boat. I still have mine.
I had a Wilderness, but I can't remember what it was. But I had one of the first Perceptions, that caster. that had the one little plug in the middle of it that you got wet the whole day.
Right.
The scupper was in the water. There. But anyway, so let's go on here. Oh, the captain's bridge with YakAttack AR tubes is an interesting rod storage solution. That's from Bass Hole.
Yeah, that's so one of my hot takes, and I'm not going to talk down about the black pack because it's a very versatile,
Mhm.
useful piece of gear for a kayak. But
Mhm.
with me being in the XTR, I've got so much storage up towards the bow of the kayak. I have really no need for a black pack. So, and I'm also running 2 batteries behind me.
Mhm.
So I felt like that was a pretty cool solution for rod storage. So instead of putting graphs, I put 6 AR tubes
Yeah,
directly behind me on a captain's bridge.
yeah. Do you leash your rods in, or do you just lay them in there?
Depending on what I'm doing, I mean, right now it's pretty leisurely fishing, so I'm not leashing in anything.
When you were in the ocean, did you leash them?
So we did run black packs with the tether tubes on
Okay,
each tube that was on the black pack. Yes.
okay,
Mhm.
nice. All right, and
Sorry,
then
guys, I had to grab my plug because my son is applying for university, and he had my computer today, and my plug for my computer was in his room.
oh
Had to go
boy,
look for it, but
let's let's show these. Let's show the videos, Keith.
yeah, let's do a little bit of each video.
Yeah. So, somebody's offline on that one. Who did I forget?
Blue
Just
Steve.
kicked out Steve.
Let's get Steve back in here. Speaker Steve. Where's Steve at? I have like 15 Steves here.
There we go.
Steve, you're like the star of the show right there. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's. I'm gonna start with Matt this time on this video. Let me go to the video. Make sure I do this right here, guys. This other ad I hear. Okay. So we got. The colors on these are amazing, Matt. Where's this?
Thanks.
Where's this taken at?
That was taken in my backyard.
Wow, you got a colorful backyard, and it matches the kayak.
Yeah, it's just a
Hey,
bunch of undergrowth.
Matt, quick shout out to why you have the colors of the new color.
Oh yeah, so the color of the boat itself, that's our new Surge green color. So that we designed that color specifically for our offshore boat, the Hydra. And that color it's the most easy to see color from a rescue helicopter, according to the U.S. Coast Guard.
Really?
Yeah, so we wanted to make it look cool, so we blended it with some blue, which kind of defeats the bright purpose, but it's a cool looking boat.
Yeah. And how did you get that green Yak Attack box?
Good friend.
You gotta know Wade.
I guess that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. What's that? What's that platform above your seat on there?
So
So that's
Marty,
the-
if you play his video, he'll explain it.
Okay. Should I just start there? I'll just start there. We guys, we play about a minute or so, and then we'll skip and we'll play another minute.
Well, if we don't get to the platform, I'll explain it. How's that?
Okay. All right. Thanks. Because we encourage people to watch these videos.
My name's Matt Charette. Some of you might know me as the Rural Fisherman on Instagram. Some of you may know me from Vibe Kayaks. I'm the product manager of Vibe Kayaks. And I'm entering the Kayak Angler Magazine YakOff Awards with my Vibe Makana 100. This boat's pretty special to me. This is the first kayak that I fully designed from Vibe at Vibe. Designed it from the ground. So this boat's going to be a little bit different than some of the boats you're going to see in the YakOff competitions, and the reason for that is this boat was kind of designed for me to begin with. So the things that I did to it just kind of enhanced that, and I'll walk you through it step by step. Obviously, you guys can see I've got a Bixby motor on this thing. The reason I'm running Bixby is because the Makana is supposed to be a 10-foot lightweight throw and go kayak. Obviously, I've got quite a bit of extra gear on this thing. Quite as light as it once was. Still rooftop this thing on my truck, which I did to get here. I'm at Watts Bar in Tennessee. So the Bixby comes in at 10 pounds with the
so you
motor.
can explain that, Marty.
Okay.
We don't want them to watch the whole thing.
I know.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
right
15-minute
there,
long
right
video.
there.
Probably, yeah, right around there. This is our ridgeline track. This is a quad rail track. And I have mounted to this side my paddle holder. These are the YakTech RotoGrip paddle holders. And as you saw, that allows me to pick it up and move it because it swivels. It keeps it pushed out of the way and above this gear track, so I don't have to worry about whether or not I can mount stuff to this gear track like this track pack.
So is that seat swivel as well?
No, the seat itself doesn't swivel. The platform on the back is called our Summit Perch. It's
Okay.
kind of like a polling platform, so if you've got pretty good sea legs, you can stand on it. Most of our people are going to be sitting on it and just kind of getting like an 18-inch elevation over the deck of the boat.
I see.
It's a phenomenal design. I saw that for the first time, and I was just like, how come no one's ever thought of that? That's genius. Using that space for more than one purpose. I love it.
Our old owner came up with
bag
that.
for
And
extra
it's
gear.
definitely,
It's a platform to stand on or sit on higher.
Yep.
Yeah, he has it in his new kayak too. I saw.
Yep.
The new one. So that's unique. That no one has that. And I mean, like your paddle boards, you've seen stuff on there, but this is like you can either sit in a seat or you can sit up higher or you can stand on that thing, right?
Yep. Yeah, I stand on it all the time. I shot a
Oh
little
my
promo for Bixby standing on it while I was talking.
Not me. I'd fall in probably. I like how it is designed very well. You got a lot of stuff there on that that's a 10-foot kayak.
I still got room for my dog.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna
And
play a
it's
little
dug
bit
up
more.
on Instagram.
Let's go a little bit more here.
Cool. So it works out kind of good. Moving forward, so I've got a couple of deck lights from Yak Power. I've got ballots, as well as white pointing forward for coming into docks and stuff late at night, or cruising around stumps and that sort of thing. That's actually pretty handy for that. I also have USB power in the cockpit area, as well as in my rear tank well. And that allows me to run my GoPros if I'm on the rear tank. It allows me to charge my phone or whatever in the front, or have another GoPro in the front, whatever. So it's got USB-C and USB-A, so I can charge whatever. Fish finders hook up.
All right, so we're gonna stop there. Is that good enough?
See the rest, you got to go to the kayakinglermag.com.
So
Check it out.
before we go to Justin's, I do have a question to ask you guys. Do you ever go out, no electronics, no lights, just go? I mean, no batteries. Do you ever do that? Either one of you?
Probably 50% of the time for me.
Okay.
I think I spent the first 10 years of my kayak fishing bare bones, so I'm enjoying this past like 2 years with everything.
Dude, scoping is cheating, isn't it?
Honestly, it's more engaging for me, going out and fishing for 8 hours. Even if I'm not catching fish, at least I know they're there and I have something to do. I'm very appreciative of today's electronics versus when I first started kayak fishing.
Yeah. Well, like today, for instance, I went kayak fishing today, and I had a Hobie lynx with me, and I walked almost a mile to get to the lake that I was fishing on a trail. No electronics, no nothing. Just I took, I think, 3 rods, a box of lures, my paddle, and a net, my hockey net, and my measuring board. That was it. And it just seems like sometimes when, like, I have all the stuff you guys, I mean, not all of that, but like, for tournaments and so forth. But it's just nice to just like go do that too. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Totally agree. We're doing 1 to 2 photo shoots a month for Bonafide right now.
Uh-huh.
And most of these are kind of run and gun shoots to where we're dropping in 6 kayaks. We have 4 hours to fish, and there's no time for any electronics or anything like that. So
Mhm.
we're just kind of on our own to figure things out. And I totally agree with that. But if I'm going out on my own
Mhm.
and into new water, I'm going to take everything possible that gives me a better shot at catching fish.
Sure.
So
And
it's definitely a
yeah,
50.
more resources.
Yeah. Marty,
Well,
like
what on?
You know, Marty, like behind me right now, I've got like 10 different kayaks and brands.
Right.
And one of my favorite ones to go out with is still my Ocean Kayak Trident 13 that I have nothing on except like 2 rod holders and a milk crate. And I've left it that way purposely. And it's just fun to get back to the basics and just do that once in a while and just get out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, but what I'm amazed though, Matt, is how that your kayak has a lot of stuff on it, but yet it's still very clean.
Yeah, yeah, that's important to me. I need to know where things are, and I
Yeah.
need to have space to move and do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And even if I'm spending 12 hours on the water, you won't see tackle all over my deck or
Right.
anything. I like to keep things nice and neat.
Right. Now, if a person that's watching this show wants to go out and kayak fish, what are the possibilities of fishing with this kayak? What can you do with it? Like river, I'm talking about river, ocean, lake. What species? What would you do with that kayak?
I haven't found water that I wouldn't put that boat in yet. And that's kind of what I like about it is it's a very versatile boat. It's definitely going to excel at your slow moving rivers, ponds and lakes. But like we were in 10-foot swells in the Pacific Northwest with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was there with you.
I would say they were like 9-foot swells.
You were 10.
Sorry.
Those were. I guarantee you they were 10. We could.
I was also there.
Yeah, you
with
were
the
there.
Visicarbon flags disappearing behind the
Yeah.
swell.
Yeah.
And I think almost everybody got seasick that day, just about, pretty much.
Well, everybody except me.
I did this.
Just kidding.
Okay, so
All right, let's see some of Justin's here.
let's go to Justin's. Justin, and here we go. Get ready here.
What is going on? Justin here, and today I'm going to walk you through my latest kayak setup. This is the XTR 130 from Bonafide Fishing. In my eyes, this is one of the best platforms on the market. It allows you to do all sorts of things while also keeping your boat super clean. You'll notice one thing about this kayak is that it doesn't look like there's a whole much going on just because of the sheer size of this thing. But let's start off at the bow. This past week I went down to Louisiana, so I wanted to make sure that I had a shallow water anchor. So before I left, I installed the XTR 130 bow plate, and then I offset a micro anchor from Power Pole, and this is also hardwired into my battery located underneath the hatch. The actual Power Pole itself is stored conveniently to the right side of the paddler. I got the 6-foot option versus the 8. Since it is located up at the bow, I did not want this thing swinging around like a pendulum, and I can easily store it whenever not in use. The Power Pole itself is operated by the included wireless setup, so not the remote, but the actual buttons that you can install on your kayak. I've got mine sitting on the right side of my seat, directly on the track. Before I go back any further, one unique feature on this kayak, it's got an included tow hook up here at the bow, so whenever I drop my kayak into the water, I can attach this rope, push it in, and then pull it back to me up on the bank really easily.
Now, that's the first power pole I've ever seen in the front of a kayak.
And I'll tell you something right now, I'll be honest with you, don't do it.
Okay. Does it swing around on you?
Well, the only issue is, and it's great, so I put it on there when we went down to Louisiana to redfish, and it worked fantastic. And while it's down, it's very useful. But if you've got that thing up at all, you're going to get yourself hung, and it's not going to be a fun day. So while it looks pretty cool, is it practical? I don't know.
It's different. I'm going to say
That's
that.
good. That's good advice though, because like
Definitely different. In the shallow water inshore fishing, it 100% made a difference. But since it's on my kayak, I keep it on there all the time. If I'm bass fishing, never use it, ever.
right.
So,
Wow. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit more here. I'm going to move down a little bit, just kind of guess here. There we go.
Air hatch for accessories, baits, tackle, you name it. The motor pushing this kayak is the new Garmin Force Current. I've got my wireless foot braces here set up where these stock foot braces come on the XTR 130. There's multiple different ways to control in this kayak. You have the foot braces, you have your wireless remote, your Garmin watch, or you can use auto guidance utilizing the Ultra 2s. This might be a little bit hard.
So you can program where you want to go and not touch anything, and that boat will take you there.
Yes. So there is a feature. So on your watch, there is a trolling motor feature, but then on your graphs separately, I can go into my map and I can draw a line to wherever I want to go, hit start, and then it automatically starts the motor and takes me there. So that's truly hands-free fishing. A lot of people, I think, were complaining about, maybe the speed of the Garmin Force, but I think just how feature-rich this motor is. I mean, that kind of pays for itself. And that's how I don't even use the foot braces right now, because I have all my waypoints. As soon as I get in the water, I hit go, and I'm hands-free fishing.
Wow. Hey, so I got a question for you, Jeff Little. Would we have graduated high school if we would have had this stuff in high school?
No,
Wait, I have a question. I have a question for
we'd have
Jeff,
been-
and I have a question for Jeff and Marty.
we'd
Did
have
you
been right there
graduate
with
high school?
Matt Foley.
What's that, Keith?
I said I have a question for Jeff and Marty. Did you graduate high school, or did you just start go fishing?
It was a little of both. Yeah.
Justin, real quick before we jump back in,
Kayak fishing until I was in college, so I graduated high school.
There you go. What'd you say, Matt?
Justin, real quick before we jump back in, a question I've seen a bit about the Garmin integration with the graphs. If you plot your course across, say, some shallower water, will it give you a warning that you might be going across
Ooh.
something too shallow to run?
Yeah, so you do have some options. You have like an overhead clearance option that you can put, how, if you've got a bridge that you're crossing, if anything you're worried about, but you also have an option to put in how shallow the water is as well before you
That's
hit
cool.
go. So that is in the settings.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I love the color of that other one too, man. How big are those screens?
Those are both 10-inch Ultra 2s. And I don't know if y'all saw the new 16-inch graphs that they came out with, but they had two on an XTR 130 at ICAST, so it is doable. We can go bigger.
Okay.
See, Justin, what I was most intrigued in when I was watching your video was who was winning that football game in the middle on your phone.
No, actually, that was before football season when I shot that, so I had to look up
Okay.
a highlight reel of Georgia football.
Oh, shit.
On there. And then somebody was like, "Why don't you put an iPad right there?" And so I'm going to totally ditch the iPhone, and I'm going to get an iPad right there soon enough, because I've watched.
Well, and one of our good friends, Chad Gearlick, Hookup Baits, who's a sponsor of this, he is coming into the next week of the YakOffs against Chuck Earls from the Great Lakes, and he has a full-on 12-inch iPad mounted on his right on his kayak. What's that for, Marty?
We use it with. I have one too. I have one on my links when I take it.
What do you think Chad has it for on his boat all the time?
We use it for navionics.
Exactly.
And no sonar. Just look for structure.
Off of the coast when he's on the ocean.
Yeah.
He uses that thing more than anything.
And
navionics app.
And in the ocean, that's the thing, is there's going to be fish on that structure.
Yeah.
It was wild how we did that.
The only thing that got him off the water the whole time was that he had to renew his subscription to Navionics, and he couldn't do it anywhere else.
That's right.
He actually borrowed my credit card at one point to renew it.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't go back out unless he had Navionics.
Right.
Actually, Chad, just something to note, Chad, you owe me $39.95.
Yeah. Now, one thing, Justin and Matt, is that what I'm doing with mine is, once I get it, is I'm going to add the deeper app or deeper sonar unit with it and map my pond. I do a lot of pond fishing. They're public, but there's no maps for them, so I'm going to map them all and then share that information with people. But that's what I'm using it for.
And you told me about this, Marty, and you're changing your name to Kayak Map.
Kayak Map. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, and then you have it in the video, Justin, but that seat is that's quite intriguing.
So that's our new Tempest bass boat seat. Not that our the seat that comes with the XTR 130 is the most comfortable seat on the market. But in case you've got, maybe a bony butt or you've got scoliosis like me, that can just give you that extra level of comfort. It's a little bit narrower than our traditional seat, but it's got a lot more padding, and it's just like a bass boat seat.
And it swivels. It swivels.
Swivel 360.
So both of you have really cool seats. I mean, mats you can put down and stand on it. I don't think you can stand up, but you got a platform to stand on yours.
It looks
And
like
Marty
it's out
just
of like a 1994 RX-7.
There you go.
It looks like you pulled it out of the boneyard and stuck it on your kayak.
And Marty,
It
just
looks
like
comfy.
I said about every sponsor, everyone, we love them, but it's all about the community and stuff and what's coming in and what's cool to use for everyone's boats and kayaks and whatever. And
Yeah.
we have a new sponsor called Swivel Pod 360, and you're getting one of those for your Outback. The first one is a prototype
Right.
for a seat like that that's going to plug into a Hobie.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
There's an aerial view of that.
so many
seat.
different seats and different options for people.
Yeah.
Just to make yourself better out there.
Do you ever take your sonar screens off and stand up on that upper part there?
Sure. Yeah. So if you look directly in front of the bow hatch where it says XTR, there's an additional spot to where I can mount a single graph. So sometimes I'll take that captain's bridge off and I'll reroute my wires up to the front, and I'll put a single Ultra 2 up front so I can stand on top of that deck.
Pretty cool. Wow. So it's
That's usually
versatile.
when I'm going red fishing, like if I need a sight fish, like super shallow inshore water, I'll do that.
Uh-huh. Where do you live at, Justin?
I'm in Greenville, South Carolina.
So
So
you
Big Adventures is located about an hour north of me in Fletcher, North Carolina. So I've got about an hour commute each day.
okay. You can fish for redfish down where you're at too.
Yeah, so I can go over to Charleston. I prefer actually to drive 10 hours down to Louisiana. I'll actually do that before I go to Charleston.
I see. Wow.
We went there pretty recently. Good
Wow.
redfish down there. We just did the Ride the Bull tournament.
Yeah.
Sponsored by the CCA.
Yeah. They don't catch many fish though in that though, do they?
Well, it's weird. It's an interesting time of year. We're kind of battling usually with weather, the depth of the water. It's just it's a crapshoot each year. So I think we only caught maybe 10 fish between a couple hundred angler this year, but it could go the complete opposite direction. We could catch 100.
Yeah. But it reminds me of Jeff. Remember the old boondoggle they had? That's kind of what that's like.
Yeah. I've also been to Ride the Bulls where so they have a regular, just a power boat that goes out there that when someone's got one and they need to measure it and take it in and make sure that you get credit for what it is, where a whole section of that pass just lights up and it's just one after the other and it's just a group of them move through and it's everyone's catching in that section.
Chaos.
Where it is chaos. And there are officials to figure out, all right, which of these, 14 people that say they've got a fish there are we going to first? So,
which it used to be you had to go back to the shore to weigh your fish. So you can imagine how chaotic that was. So that's when they kind of implemented, the spotters out there to go weigh fish.
Wow. That's interesting.
But I don't know, have you ever seen the drone footage of the launch for that thing? It looks like someone kicked over an anthill and all the ants are just, and that's us. It's all the kayak anglers, 700 boats just all going out at once.
Wow.
It's a cool event. If you guys have never done it, Ride the Bull is a unique.
It's very relaxed. It's not super serious. I think the guy that won it 2 years ago, he was in a sit inside pungo and he was smoking cigarettes, anchored up, and he beat everybody just sitting still. Didn't move the whole entire tournament.
Wow.
Nice.
Chris Bowler invited me to come down there. He says he wants to do that, and I thought about making a trip down with you guys. You've heard of the Slow Ride Thompson Guide Service, Jeff?
You talking about
Thompson.
Dean
Dean Thomas, I mean.
Thomas?
Dean Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah, he does a lot of red fishing down there too.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back to this deal here. I want to scroll down a little bit. And all your rigging, are you guys sponsored by any of these companies or?
Well, if you go to the spot that says sponsors, yeah, they are.
Oh yeah, I didn't go to that. Oh, there they are. Yeah. There they are. I just figured that out, Keith.
Marty, you got to pay attention, man.
I sponsored myself at Vibe, so I listed
You
it.
did. I see that. And you designed that boat just for
Matt pays
Okay.
Matt pays Mark to work.
That is pretty neat, though. You did a good job on that one. That's pretty neat. Victor
It's all there.
Square Bonafide. That's pretty neat. I never noticed that till now. And then so let's talk about the voters here just for a second. Remember, guys that are watching this and will watch this, we put this on all the. I'll be able to put this on all the podcasts, you guys. Nick gets a lot of views there, or I mean, people listen to it. But by just voting, you can win a Hoodoo kayak and a $500 Yak Attack gift card, or a Vibe kayak. Is that Shearwater 125?
Yep.
And a $500 Yak Attack gift card. And by the way, I like that Shearwater, man. That's
Or also a Malone trailer
yes,
is the other one,
yes.
which we're gonna hit Steve up for next year.
There you go, Steve. You ready?
But at
for
the
that,
same
Steve?
time, I'd like to say this: Steve and I have talked about this in depth, and there is no competition between Malone and what Snake River does because they can actually work together. Because Steve builds custom, really cool, solid kayaks. Kayak trailers, but Malone builds things that, like, I live in British Columbia, Canada. I have that trailer that we took to Sea Otter Lodge.
Right.
That was delivered in 18 boxes to my backyard. That thing took me like 2 days to put together. Awesome, super solid, but it's not the same thing that Steve's selling, so they're not in competition.
Yes.
What Steve is selling is a really wicked kayak trailer that usually gets delivered. Am I not wrong, Steve?
Yep, they can get delivered or they can get picked up. And, Malone is a great option too. And the thing about
what I'm saying is, they're totally different. Like, this is a deliver to the box to your house compared to a fully assembled trailer.
Yeah. Now, the cool thing that we're working towards is cross-platform integration, right? So we're going to be looking at the Malones, the Yakimas. We're looking at the Shorelanders, the Tritons, the Yacht Club, all the different trailer types, and we're creating unique U-frame geometry specific to each one of those models. So you can buy a weld plate, or you can buy a bolt-on plate. So if you're not comfortable with welding, you can bolt this rail system on and have the premium kayak trailer features on a regular kayak trailer. A lot of times people just don't want to deal with the hassle of registration, especially in states like Maryland. So having the ability to just upgrade what you already have licensed and titled is sometimes a better route for individuals. And we want to support those. We want to support those individuals with quality, made in America components.
Nice.
And which is something I'm going to say here different. You just said made in America, which is awesome. But I live in Canada. So I had to get like all this different legal stuff to go to try to insure my trailer that Malone sent me in boxes that I put together in my backyard. Came through no problem, but when I tried to get a license on it, hopefully there's no cops listening that live where I live, because all I did was take the license plate off of my tent trailer and put it on my kayak trailer.
Wow.
Because I couldn't insure it.
Jeez.
You need all these different numbers and legal things, and it's crazy.
So real quick, Justin, why should we vote for your kayak?
Marty switches the subject really quick.
I do. I'm a switcher, man.
Okay, so why should we vote for my kayak? Well, like I've mentioned before, I've spent 10 plus years DIYing. I've been on kayaks to where my ass has been sitting on plastic. I've bought the $300, $400 kayaks from Academy. I've done all that. But I'm trying to go to the next level, right? So I'm trying to blur the lines between maybe a bass boat and a kayak. I'm trying to make kayaking cool. With all these electronics, the motors and stuff, I'm just trying to show what exactly the kayaks of today's world are capable of. So while you can still, maybe rooftop the XTR 130, you can put it in shallow water. You can just do some pretty cool stuff with it. You can also take it to the extent of what I'm doing. So I'm just trying to show kind of that upper end of what kayaking is all about. And at the end of the day, just make it yours, right? And people might give me shit about what I'm doing, but it's my kayak, right? I can do
Yeah.
whatever I want with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is what's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
the kayak industry has changed so much
And,
since I
and
started.
this is what you like.
This is kind of where we're at right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why you should vote for my kayak.
All right. That was well said, man. That was
Thank
well said. Even for a rated G show, it was well said.
Well, you got to tell me that beforehand, right?
We had a 15-year-old on here last
Yeah,
week.
and he's
Probably
listening. He's listening
I know.
right now, Keith.
I see.
No, it's all you to get, Justin. Okay, so Matt, why should we vote? Besides you designing it, why should we vote for it?
I mean, a lot of what Justin said, we went in the opposite directions, right? His boat's huge.
Yeah.
You saw him standing behind it, makes him look tiny, which is actually kind of comical. I really like that camera angle. My boat's small. It's lightweight. It's back to, in my opinion, back to what kayaking was, and it takes that what kayaking used to be and brings it kind of into the future into what it can also be.
That's well said too. Wow. Yeah. Because you can both put whatever things electronically on it you want. That's what's pretty cool. And you guys have
one thing I would have to say, Marty, is out of all of the competitors in the first YakOffs in spring that we just had to now, which is crazy because we've grown 500% at Kayak Angler between these two YakOffs 6 months apart, which is awesome. But I have never seen more hair between two competitors.
they get the hair award.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll take it.
They get the hair award. By the way, also, guys, right here in Auburn, Nebraska, population 3,400, we have our own expo right here across the street from my house. And this year we are having the first ever, I know there's nobody in the country that's had one yet, a kayak show. Like a kayak, like a car show, except it's a kayak show, a competitive kayak show.
Wow, so you totally stole my idea we talked about.
No, that was my idea. No, did you come up with that idea?
Yeah, Marty, most of them.
He comes up with all my ideas, by the way. I just steal them and go. But no, we are going to have a kayak show, so you're always welcome to bring whatever you want to Auburn, Nebraska. We have guys that are driving from other states to come here for it this year. So it's kind of cool. And then a plug for the Eco Fishing 250 down in Missouri next week. They give away a ton of kayaks, guys, and motors at their event. It's a one-day event with Eco Fishing Shop, and I think they sell both your kayaks, don't they?
They sell ours.
Yeah, and Bonafide. They sell
Yep.
Bonafide. I think they're giving away some. Michael Thomas can't wait. He can't wait. Anyway, so we have that here as well, and so we'll have a lot of the brands here and stuff too. But
pretty soon, Marty, at ICAST, we're gonna have on the water day, we're gonna have a kayak show.
There you go.
We're gonna get that in there.
Remember where it started.
I'm getting closer and closer to the ACA board. I did get nominated onto the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame board this year.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of other cool things going on, so slowly getting up there, but we'll see what happens.
My favorite part of On the Water every year is when Jeff jumps in the water.
He does?
I didn't do it this year.
There last year. You were there, but you didn't jump in this year.
I didn't. I was up with my trailer.
You know why? I think because you were scared of all those people casting that Speedflow reel around that can't backlash.
All right, here's what we're gonna do, guys.
Plug.
Keith, Weekly, we do this.
We do. Weekly, we try to
You guys
do
know what
this.
we're doing?
Takes about
We had 2
18
guys
minutes.
actually. They actually punch each other that one time.
Almost
All right.
there, Marty. It's almost there.
I got a little bit more. All right, Justin. So now remember, you're going to face each other. So you got to look real close before you look real close before you turn. You got to turn and face each other and put you're facing off for like
Fisticuffs. Fisticuffs.
a UFC fight.
Oh, wow. You're both. This is the first time they've each turned the right way.
I coached them on it. Okay, get ready. This is good. Oh, this is good. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't get his whole name in there. Hold on.
Wait, Matt's blurry.
He won't
It'll
be.
refocus.
Matt's blurry.
It's because I'm a camera guy. There we go.
There you go. Okay, right now. Got it.
Put your left hand back, Matt. Put your left hand back. You missed your left hand.
What?
Matt's
Okay,
left
hold
hand
on.
was not in there.
This hand?
Is it
That's my
the
right
thumbnail?
hand.
Is that what we're doing?
Okay, try it again. Oh, there we go. Try it again.
There we go. Ready?
Ready? I
That was
got it.
good. That was a
I
good
got
one.
Good job, guys. So, first, Steve, any last words, Steve?
Yeah, you just continue to check us out. We're innovating all the time, and we love to support the DIY community. We firmly believe that supporting the DIY community is the on ramp to getting into a premium kayak trailer. So feel free to ask us any questions that you have, because a lot of times some of our innovation comes from customers asking, what are some things that we can do for this possible solution, and knowing that you got a company that's there willing to supply kayak trailer components. It was something that wasn't there before we got here, at least not that I had found. So yep, as you grow and as you go and you look for premium kayak trailer solutions, trust in the engineered Snake River brand for your next kayak trailer, because not only do we get these things independently engineered through FEA analysis, but we provide a 5-year manufacturer warranty, right? So if anything goes wrong on that trailer, you give us a call and we'll get you taken care of. And I think that's just unmatched. And the reason we can do that is because of the confidence we have through the engineering, through the analysis, through the advanced material production techniques, and how we join metal together and how it's all self-interlocked where it dovetails together. Just adds for a more reliable, stronger frame.
So, Steve, let me bring this up first before we all head off, because people don't know this, except I know this because of our conversations. First of all, congrats on the new baby.
Oh, thank you.
Secondly, I know that building the kayak trailers is your number one passion, but you do this through other things, like the soccer stuff, like all that stuff. So throw something out quick that there, you never know who's going to be listening to this. So
Yeah.
throw
So
out what you really do at Snake River Manufacturing besides kayak trailers.
so we the kayak trailer is the passion, right? And we support that passion with a diverse portfolio of products, right? So we do miscellaneous metals construction, we do aluminum TIG welding, we do custom laser CNC cutting. Right now, we're looking at an amazing opportunity where manufacturing has been brought back to the United States from countries like China and Mexico, and companies like mine get the unique opportunity to bid on some of these amazing products where we're able to take the production techniques that where we're tube laser cutting, laser CNC cutting, and laser welding, and apply them to American-made products and bring that manufacturing back on shore and provide quality jobs to some amazing people here at the team.
But Steve, my point is, what are those products?
Soccer fields, aluminum hydraulic oil tanks, oiler tanks, heat exchangers, shipping container retrofits, you name it. If it's
I've
metal,
seen them do some ag products too, related to all of the agriculture and the irrigation stuff that happens out there in near Boise.
And the
mean,
soccer,
all
the
kinds of
soccer
different
fields, the soccer you were just telling me about.
Yep, the soccer fields are a modular. They're a modular soccer field where they can get dropped off anywhere in the country. They go on top of high-rise buildings. These are 5v5 type fields, not full-size fields. So they have event-style fields and legacy fields where an event field can be put up for a weekend competition, or it can go into a YMCA for a permanent installation in places
Perfect.
like San Francisco.
Yeah,
Gee.
that's awesome.
And,
That's
and
the
then-
kind of stuff you got to tell us, man. Like we're
yeah,
outdoor
that's good
people.
stuff. So how many
That's like
employees? How many employees do you
that's
have?
amazing what you're doing.
We have 6 employees right now, but we land a couple of these projects that are very very likely about to land in our laps. We're going to grow exponentially and build our very own dedicated shop, and potentially grow out east as well, and have a more regional footprint, because distribution is one of our pain points, and the easiest way to solve that pain point is just to manufacture where it's consumed.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be the first time that we've opened up manufacturing plants. We've got experience setting them up in Monterey, Mexico, Chattanooga, Tennessee, South Bend, Indiana, and Houston, Texas. So
Wow.
setting up all over the country would be one of the next big steps from those kind of projects.
Right.
Wow. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I just wanted you to throw that out there because we talked about it a lot.
Yeah. And then Jeff, you go out on the road for Steve, right?
Dealer visits and content creation and videography. Sometimes I'm doing like, I would say, manufacturing training videos to show his standards of when you put this together, it needs to be in this order and it needs to be exactly like that. Steve is incredibly particular about, like, this washer needs to be on like this instead of this, because if it's like this, it can scratch the enamel, and we're not having that. Like, that level of detail. The strength of the company is that he's that exacting and that much of a perfectionist, and I got to push him sometimes to just say, hey Steve, what's better than perfect is done. Like, profit and done. Like, come on, man, let's move. And I got to push him, but it is a strength because the product you get is incredible, incredibly durable, incredibly well thought out. I've been using mine quite a bit here recently. I've done I think I've done about a dozen kayak fishing classes. I leaned back on I had time to do so I'm ACA certified as a paddling instructor, and I teach a kayak fishing class. It's a river kayak fishing class, and it's been really nice to have that double trailer to show up with 2 of my inflatables, and to launch them really quick. It means that my long day on the water wraps up quick, and I can get home and get to bed before midnight, because I do long.
Jeff, if you're teaching ACA courses, you need some dehooker tools in your back pocket.
Sure. But I'm gonna comment on Matt's kayak and Justin's kayak are like the I want to say 2 opposites, but they're just 2 different approaches, and I love that we have them together here.
Yeah.
And it is a competition, but I see so many people that have a throw and go, and they have their all-in electronics beast, and it's really cool to see both, one right after the other. And a lot of people who do the tournaments are like, you got to have your throw and go, so to be able to chuck it over the guardrail. We're not chucking an XTR with all that stuff over a guardrail. We definitely back it in.
Right.
I know you're strong, Justin, but come on, man. Like,
But actually, Jeff, when you look at Justin and Matt's boats, there's people that are watching this that can say, I love what Justin did on this part with his Amazon piece that he bought. I'm going to apply that to this. And I love what Matt did with this piece that he did. And that's the whole point of these YakOff awards, to pick a little bit from everybody and make it your best boat for your best time on the water. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all
It's
it is.
versatile.
It's not a competition about who wins the competition. It's a competition about who can get the most people to like what they have on their boat.
Yeah.
I dare you to tell that to
Not-
Jake next week.
Whatever. I've already talked to Jake 100 times. But it's not about who wins it. It's not like it's Survivor and you're going to win $1 million. It's like the voting community in the YakOffs wins more than the anglers as far as cash.
Yeah.
but I mean, it's about taking a little bit and a little bit and a little bit and applying it to your vessel so you can make that Pelican from Costco the best thing for you, or the XTR 180 or the whatever Pedo or 129 or whatever you want to do. Make it the best thing for you. That's all it is.
Yeah. All right. So, Matt, anything you want to give final words about?
I appreciate you guys having me on. It's a little boat to be in a big competition, so I'm pretty psyched about it.
And how can people find you on socials or internet or?
Rural Fisherman on Instagram. I'm on YouTube as well, but I don't do anything with it, so I wouldn't follow me there if you actually want to keep up with me. You
And
can
your
probably
dog
find me on
and your
Facebook.
dog's Instagram. And your dog's Instagram.
Yeah, Notorious Nash Adventures on Instagram. That's really the one that I care about.
Okay.
And Justin.
And then, Justin, when you're not in South America, where can we find you?
So you can find me at kayak_plug on Instagram. And I actually got that handle back in the day when I used to give out kayaks like Tic Tacs at Bonafide. You can ask Luther Cyphers. He did not
Yeah.
appreciate me giving away all these free kayaks. So that's on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok at Justin Floyd. I also have Justin Floyd Outdoors on TikTok as well. That's more kayak content. And then Justin Floyd, I think it's 3 on YouTube. And I don't post on there as much, but I've got some kayak videos on there as well.
Marty would love for you to give a big, huge plug to your dog food brand. And I want you guys to hook up about that.
So Victor Dog Food, appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
For giving the ladies some free dog food. I appreciate that. Go check out Victor Dog Food.
Yeah. Well, I might get in touch with you about that, man, because this dog. What I'm trying to do is bring awareness to animal adoption.
Nice. Okay.
That's why we did it. And of course Keith came up with the name Doggy Paddle, but wouldn't it be cool to have a few more events like that across the country where we bring awareness to people adopting these animals, or you got to remember that one thing about Hearts United is they do not put down any animals. They keep them there and they take care of them throughout their life.
So what kind of sucked about that event, Marty, honestly, like, you're like, how can we think of a creative way to do this? And I was like, get all these kids to come and paint their stick, throw it out, and then whichever dog comes back first with that stick wins.
Yeah.
And then that kid that was smarter than all the other kids threw that stick a foot offshore. And the dog grabbed it.
That's our first one. I have rules.
I also got bending branches to give a big paddle. And that dog took one step in the water, grabbed the bending branches.
He swam a little bit,
and then.
But we had what we did though. It wasn't in the video, but we had him go out and get all the sticks.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, it was fun. But this year there's a rule; it's got to go past a certain point.
You got to throw it past the dock at least.
Yeah. But anyway, Justin, that's what it's all about. It was really fun.
Well, if you ever need a representative down here in South Carolina, you just let me know.
Okay. All right. I got you down my notes here. The Doggy Paddle. Isn't that something how this brings us all together for common causes, what we're doing?
It's all about the people and the animals.
That's right.
And I guess the fish.
So anyway, thanks everybody for doing this. I'll tell you what, the trailer, you guys' kayak, look, this is amazing, Keith. Amazing stuff.
So let's go on.
Let's do this real quick. Justin, the price tag, everything inclusive on your kayak, what would the price tag be right now?
So we just had a price increase on the XTR 130. Just want to let everybody know that beforehand. So we're probably looking at close to just shy of $15,000
for everything.
For everything.
Okay, and then how about you, Matt?
I'm probably all in around 7 or 8.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah. And then how about trailer, Steve? Put a trailer with it, and then what do we got?
Oh, I'll sell you as much as I can sell you. I think to date we've sold a couple trailers over $11,000.
Wow.
There's a lot of them with bells and whistles and fully decked out. We've
Yeah,
got
but Steve, your base model trailers are what?
going to be coming in right around 4,200. That's going to
Yeah.
have the breakaway
Oh.
tongue. Everybody needs to have that breakaway tongue. It's you get that longer tongue. It's designed so that it fits nice in a garage, standard 25-foot garage, and it just gives you better trackability behind the boat. Plus, gives you a lot more options for tongue-mounted accessories like gear vaults that will support your Torpedo, your Newport, or your Force Current. We're looking into ways to charge electronics on the trailer while you plug and go with pigtails that can come down and provide 120 AC. So we're looking at some Dakota lithium inverter technology to make that happen. Additional rod locker solutions, man. We have some incredible ideas that are very economical in that $350 range, and some that are very bougie in that $1,300 range. And we've got some incredible options that are coming. But all in, most of the time, guys are sitting at around 4,250, and then going up from there. And that's just it's just what they cost. I mean, we're not raking anyone over the coals. It's just the amount of time and engineering and
And warehousing and everything.
And is there other tent options for some of your trailers?
For the double, if you're talking a rooftop tent, we can do the rooftop tent on the double. That we're engineered for. Put 400 pounds up on the roof, no problem.
So what you guys just told me was that instead of these 4 implants, I could afford all of your stuff right now. If I wouldn't have those implants, but I wouldn't have any teeth.
Wow, Marty, you're
Priority.
getting to that age where no one's going to look at you if you don't have teeth.
I got 2 gone right now
You like applesauce?
that I have. There's, huh?
Marty, smoothies are the way to go, dude.
Now they are. I can't eat anything because I'm waiting for my teeth to come in. Yeah. So yeah, implants are expensive, guys, when you get old. So you know.
Implants are expensive when you're young. I got 8 fake teeth from a fight. See how he gets everything. That's why these 8 fake teeth are really white compared to the other side.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's
They
interesting.
don't change. They don't change color.
Was that at ICAST?
No, that was in Calgary in a tailgate party. That's a different story.
Okay. Well, I hope that get to see you, Matt, again. I hope I get to go on this trip. And
Well, I don't make the rules. Talk to Keith about it.
that was fun.
We're going to talk about this, and also, Jeff, I need you to get my number from Steve and give me a shout after this, because I want to talk to Jameson about something and you too. And Justin, if you're interested, anybody that's interested.
Jeff, will you be at Gunnersville?
No.
No. Okay. I just thought I'd ask.
Nope. I got the Paddle Sports Trade Coalition thing the next 3 days down here in Charlotte, and then heading back, and I got a bunch more classes, bunch more of my river kayak fishing classes going on through into early November. So yeah.
Half of our team from Paddling Magazine, because we're Kayak Angler and Paddling Magazine, but Paddling Magazine is down at the Trade Coalition weekend with you guys, Brenna and Joe and those guys. And congratulations once again to Wade for his award that he's getting this week.
And I want both of you guys know Vibe and Bonafide. I have seen one of each in every tournament in Nebraska just about here. So
Nice.
cool. Nice. There's either Shearwater or the one guy, in fact, has a front, a bow, and a stern motor on his PWR, right? That PWR, the big one.
Yeah. PWR. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a front and a back. Nobody can beat him. I mean,
That's awesome.
So, and he's got it all decked out, just like yours there too. But yeah, so pleasure meeting you guys and pleasure having you on here. And good luck to both of you. You got to talk to the people out there and get them going.
You got to keep pumping it up. And thanks, guys, for everything you've been doing and for joining the YakOffs. And it's pretty awesome. And Steve, thanks so much for your sponsorship this week. Everybody get out there and vote, because you can win a $500 gift certificate towards a new Snake River trailer, which is pretty awesome.
The Snake River goes all the way into Nebraska.
No, we're talking about trailers, Marty.
No, the Snake. I thought this doesn't start. You're in Idaho, aren't you?
Yep, it starts in what is it? It started in Montana, I think, and then
it goes
works
down
its
in
way down
Nebraska.
through. I don't think the Snake River goes through Nebraska.
I thought it did, because there's a Snake River that goes into Merritt Reservoir.
I think you're talking about maybe a trailer rolled through by you and you saw it.
I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna let you guys know.
All right, Jeff,
That's
you
crazy.
and
I traded
Jason, give me a call.
Say with a night for y'all.
All right, I'm gonna end this broadcast.